So on this week's edition of the Hooliganz, we'll be playing One Piece. I mean, fucking Bleach? No, Naruto. No, this is Bleach. On this week's episode, Sasuke fights off Lummy. What the fuck is that guy's name? Luffy! Yeah, I don't fucking know. They're all the same, god damn it. And Rumiko Takahashi did it better anyway. With fucking... Even Inuyasha, if not fucking Ranma in half. As far as long sweeping serials. You know what I mean? Just saying. But with that stated, you know, you keep telling me about how good Bleach Soul Resurreccion is, so let's take a look.
Well, with that stated, folks, here it is, episode 5 of the Hooliganz.
Is it really 5? It's been over a month?
5.
Dude, I haven't even updated
That's
Chaos
right.
Party for that long. God damn. I need to get us caught up on Chaos Party. Ugh.
Well, I mean, what can I say? We've been at this for a while now.
Well, and it does pass by really quick. We just kick them out once a week, and you know, now that we don't have to worry about intros and outros right now, or even commercial breaks and music, it actually is like really as easy as fuck to make these things. But fun, and that's
exactly
that's
the big part of the fun.
And after not having fun last week, let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
The first rule of Street Fighter Cross Tekken review. You don't talk about the Street Fighter Cross Tekken review.
Yeah, but thankfully we're going to get into a game where there's actual fun involved and not too much rage. And in fact, I keep making parallels from what I've seen to Full Metal Alchemist gameplay-wise. And that's Bleach Soul Resurreccion. We be the Hooliganz.
Blazing Ace Nelson on your
See? One take one!
See?
Take one!
Don't ask.
Alright,
my brain's still scattered.
Take 2, action! So Blazing Ace Nelson on the right?
Yep.
That bastard on the left.
And, well, we're venturing into relatively unknown territory, at least compared to our usual fare.
Yeah.
I mean, no. If I had actually considered that we were going to be doing this game, I would have taken a few hours out today to sit down and start playing through it again. That way I could brush up on it, but nope!
Sometimes the best material is just right there, you know what I mean? Spontaneous. That's what we usually do anyway with this motherfucker. As some of y'all know, the Hooliganz form, all we have is like a skeletal structure format, and the rest is us yelling at each other. Or at the game. It all depends. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, I don't even know the microphone levels, as of right now. I don't know if these motherfuckers can even hear me or not, because Ace, for 2 or 3 episodes, kept muting the mic.
It's redlining, you loud son of a bitch. Of course they can hear you.
Oh, shit. In before 5 million Ichigo! Jokes that I'm probably going to make. Or in before 5 million, shut up, woman! Or Korea. Whatever. I will admit, in Before Weeaboo, I will totally admit, yeah, I watch the anime every now and then. Never read the manga, really. I mean, I read it when it was like in Shonen Jump, and I was actually, checking out Shonen Jump, and then I kind of fell out. And honestly, a lot of people will complain about the filler of the anime. Oh, excuse me, anime, air quotes. I don't care personally. It's like, whatever. As long as you just give me a good fight. Give me something that's like Dragon Ball Z, or, give me a good fight, god damn it. And I know there's like 5 million other examples of good anime with good fight scenes in it. But honestly,
I have 2 words for you. Fatal Fury.
Yes! Dude, I was just thinking about that too! Hell yeah! Hell, even Black Butler. But, Bleach is not one of those. Now, shut up! I know you, the fans listening to this right now. I already know some of you are going, just collective gasp. Just busted your throat with that gasp. Shut up. You can't tell me these battle scenes are good. In the anime, good lord, it goes like this: fight, cutscene to a flashback or memory for about 5 episodes, back to the fight for about 1 episode, flashback to the cutscenes of it. I don't care. No, I want to see somebody get hit, and I want to see the actual hit. I don't want to see the aftermath. You can't do that. That is not good fight etiquette.
Which is actually why, admittedly, Bleach Soul Resurreccion it's a lot of fun. I like a good number of licensed anime games because of the simple fact that a lot of the superfluous fluff that you find in the series for certain animes. Like, again, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, even.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the superfluous fluff, a lot of the filler is trimmed down in order to just distill the essence of a particular story arc into the game.
And you get actual violence. You don't get the, oh, he's charging, and then the aftermath. You don't get that. You don't get that. And that's a good thing in my opinion. Shit. It's the visceral feel of hitting somebody. I'm just saying.
So anyway, let's go on and actually get into the game itself. Now, Soul Resurreccion takes place... Well, I can bring up the story menu right here, and you can see basically where it takes place. You know...
Are they still in Hueco Mundo?
Actually, this pretty much covers Hueco Mundo.
Ah, god damn it!
But again, lacking the filler, so you just get action. I mean, this is another hack and slash game, much like Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. It's Namco Bandai. You know, it's Namco Bandai when they're not collaborating with Tecmo Koei like they did with One Piece and with Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3.
Oh, and for the record, for all that I've been slamming on these titles for the anime and the manga for having fight scenes, I will admit, Titty Kubo knows... Oh, wait, no, that's this one. Oda Nobunaga, no, whatever the fuck that fool's name is.
Eiichiro.
Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, he also draws big titties too. But he knows how to do a proper fucking fight scene. I know already there's fans out there going, gasp. Just, this is gonna be gasp the episode. So whenever I say something semi-controversial, air quotes, yes, I actually mean it. Because shit. But, you know, the fight scene, especially in the manga, especially in the early manga, up to even Impel Down. Now, I haven't read anything past Impel Down, I don't give a fuck. But Impel Down was just a great ballroom blitz of just over-the-top, what the fuck? Like, over-the-top vulgar displays of power. It was like the latter episodes, the latter issues of Bastard, Dark Schneider, you know?
It was like combining pirates with Smoking Aces.
And then shit, yeah! Hell,
it's like Pirates of the Caribbean meets Smoking Aces.
And this shit just got crazy, and it was good. That, to me, is entertainment. Especially in comparison to, say, Bleach, where, no, Chad reveals godlike power, Chad gets beaten down. Whole episode power-up sequence, gets his ass kicked.
I have a small mini rant about that coming later.
Oh, God!
Don't worry, it's just a mini rant. It's not going to be, you know, Street Fighter Cross Tekken roaring and raising the temperature in the room. None of that.
For the record, yeah, some of y'all don't know, but no, seriously, it got hot in here. We're in an enclosed room with the door closed together. And...
You know what? I swear to God,
I'm on my side of the couch.
I swear to God, if someone all of a sudden decides to try doing Hooliganz/fic, I am going to strangle you.
Now you're just fucking egging them on. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. As long as I'm the top, I don't care. But I'm just. And with that stated,
let's get down to it. Ow.
Speaking about gay porn, so the storyline for this.
Wow. Wow, folks.
That's a segue. That's a segue. Oh shit.
But back to the actual story behind the game itself. You know, it covers the events from Hueco Mundo all the way up to Ichigo's final battle with Aizen. And again, since it cuts out a lot of the filler...
Wait, go back to 11. Go back to 11. No, 12. Yeah, that's the one. Here, kitty.
How did I know?
Would you like some milk? Open your mouth!
I'm gonna smack you.
That was a crossover.
But again, since this takes away the filler, you know, all of the stages are basically, you know, a little bit of story exposition when you start it, and then it gets right to boom, action.
Good.
And for each of the stages, you know, it shows who you play as. So, like, in the story mode, you're stuck with just one character for that particular stage, but of course, it's following the story, so it kind of makes sense.
It'll be from their point of view.
Like, for example, you know, you start with Ichigo, and then let's say episode 2, you're playing as Ishida.
And episode 3 was Grimjack Jägermeister, whatever his name is. Grimjowl?
Well, you're fighting against Grimjaw in episode 3, but you're still playing as Ichigo.
Oh,
you know, basically.
Now, number 4, that nigga Kenpachi, that's my nigga right there. Dude, Sundowner, that's Sundowner, I'm telling you.
Oh my god.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Sundowner from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Oh my god.
By the way, go see episode 1 of season 1.
Dude,
it's good.
He does look.
Sundowner!
He's Sundowner with hair. Oh my god.
so Sundowner died and became Kenpachi. Makes sense.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Headcanon accepted.
Welcome to the Hooliganz. I'm Jonathan. He's
See what y'all did?
Oh,
you see what y'all did?
Wow. Today we are talking to headcanon Nexus. Oh shit.
Now let's go on and actually
play the game.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just start with episode 1, just to give you a quick look at just how this plays.
Uh-oh, we're going hard mode.
Now again, if you know,
it's kind of cool. Yeah, the narration. Can't complain about that.
And again, the narration, yes, I'm talking over the narrator. You know what? If you want to hear the narration, find other videos for this or get the game yourself. But the narration basically covers and encapsulates what's happening up to that point in the story, and it covers a little bit of the filler, so that way you don't have to worry about sitting through multiple episodes.
I was gonna mention that one. Dude, I had that joke primed, and you hit it. Nice. Nicely done.
And the transitions as it leads into the stages, I have to admit, are pretty damn awesome.
Well, you know, I'm
the
actually...
little two-tone, sort of silhouette portrait effect.
And also, I'm a big fan, ever since Bayonetta even, I'm a big fan of anything that lets you see the bullshit in between. Even though you've mastered it, sometimes maybe you got a new ability or some such, and if it shows up on the little scorecard in between stages, hey, cool.
And then it actually goes full color.
Oh.
Cuts right to it.
So the actual... Oh, nice, nice. Now, earlier I was making mention that I can't see this game and not think about Full Metal Alchemist 1 and 2 from the PS2.
Nothing here.
You should really do that salty run back review, I'm just saying, SR2.
I would do that, but I have to admit I have sort of a... I guess you could call it mental/emotional PTSD involving Full Metal Alchemist.
Because of the show itself?
Not because of the show itself, although it is depressing as hell.
Yes! Like, dude, you know what? At least with Trigun, you get, like, what, 3 or 5 episodes of just Vash being an idiot and having fun. And then it gets depressing. No. Full Metal Alchemist, you get 1 episode, and then episode 2 comes up, and the little girl dies.
But, this is more of a personal.
No problem. Suffice it to say, you know, I'm just saying, the gameplay really does remind me of it, you know, I mean, and how the hack and slash is done.
Now, when you hear hack and slash games, you're immediately going to think Dynasty Warriors, because that's the game that pretty much set the bar.
But it's not the only one. There's always been action-adventure hack and slashes out there.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
But as far as the modern hack and slash goes,
yes,
you know, that's the one that set the bar. And this, in a way, plays like it. You know, the square button is going to be your basic attacks, and the triangle button is going to be for basic spirit attacks. Like, for example, with Ichigo, you've got his little crescent wave, the Getsuga Tensho.
You remember the name.
What? It's a badass name. It really does sound kind of badass.
Yeah, it does. You know, I'll admit it does. What's up with all the dashing?
Oh, you can actually hold down the R2 button while you're moving, and you go into a high-speed dash.
Yeah, I noticed the ninja run earlier. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
It also counts as hits when you actually collide with opponents using it as well.
So you can keep up combos.
Exactly.
Nice. Very nice. Air dash and everything. Shit.
Now again, the triangle button is for like special moves, not necessarily charge attacks or combo finishers. But again, just, you know, they're special moves. They're basic special moves. Circle is for that would be for the special moves that actually use up like full segments of the spirit gauge, which is the blue gauge right underneath your health.
There it is, yeah.
So, for example, that. And they also have mid-air ones as well.
Hit him with your lasers!
Now, once you use up the gauge, you won't be able to use any of your triangle or circle specials until you actually recharge it. So if you're playing
a bunch of garbage on the screen.
So yeah, if you're gonna be playing through this, you got to keep an eye on your gauges.
So you fill spirit gauge by what? Consumables?
You fill up the spirit gauge pretty much by landing attacks.
So just beating ass. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow. This game, man. This game. Kids today with your Getsuga Tensho and your Visorids and your Hueco Mundos and all the Portuguese.
Ah, with a degree of dignity.
You know, you were making mention earlier about the inevitable comparison between this, and yeah, it is inevitable. The inevitable comparison between this and Dynasty Warrior games, any of the Masuo games. And I don't know, like I said, I've always believed this is more in the spirit of, well, hell, good old side scroller beat 'em ups. You know, I know hack and slash. I already know. Once again, some of our fans are like, collective gasp. The episode.
No, I think I actually hear you on that.
Yeah, this is just the same damn thing. And whereas Dynasty Warriors has a slightly different feel to it, the thing in Dynasty Warriors has also had like years of evolution and practice. You know what I mean? They've gotten their games better through, you know, yeah, they've taken a step backwards sometimes, you know. The dual spears, changing around weapons. What was that, 5 or 6? You know what I mean? But, you know, you can't have progress without breaking some eggs. You can't make an omelet without evolution. I think I said that wrong, but whatever.
You get the idea.
Yeah, the whole point I'm making is just, you know, there's a whole, that's like a whole subsection in and of itself of action-adventure gameplay.
No,
I consider hack and slash.
No, I definitely see where you're coming from here. I mean, this feels more like, again, some of the more classic stuff where you're running from stage to stage and eventually you fight a boss.
Yeah, it's just this happens to be not side-scroller, it's 3D-ish.
Yeah.
3D, yeah.
Whereas with Dynasty Warriors, it's, you know, you're part of an army, and you're facing off against a whole nother freaking army.
And really, though, I mean, as you stated, Masuo, you know, one versus many. No, Peerless. You know, 1 versus a million. Uh-oh. And I also agree with many other people. Now, I know you like the Tetsaiga. What the hell is this thing called? The Tenso Getsu? What do you call it?
The Getsuga Tensho.
Yeah, that thing. The Getsuga Tensho. I know you like it, but admittedly, it's just so... Compared to, like, everybody else, he has, like, the most boring power. I have to agree with the detractors. You know, Naruto, also boring. One Piece, no. Like, I ain't gonna knock on One Piece, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, come on, he's got some weird-ass shit going on with One Piece.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that some of their other people's abilities in these things aren't cool. Like, I've always dug that one assassin chick, the delicious flat level. What's her face?
Soifon?
Yeah, Soifon.
She's in this, by the way.
Ooh. But I like her ability, the Twin Bee or whatever, where, you know, once she cuts you from the front, it cuts you from the back as well or some shit. You know, it cuts you in the same place, but never from the same entry wound. I mean, that's pretty fucking badass. You know I love me some Yoruichi or Yume. They have real nice powers.
Powers.
Right.
We'll go with that.
I watched the thing for the plot. Huge tracts of land! Not even like, you know, Yoruichi has big tits. It's just, my god, all that delicious flesh.
Anyway...
Don't get in my way.
Just you got that ass, though.
But just getting back to the gameplay on this, you wind up fighting...
Menos Grande?
Yeah, you wind up fighting enemies that... You will eventually wind up fighting enemies that tower over you. Thus is where not only the targeting, but the dashing actually comes in handy. Because you can actually get some height on your dashes, oh my god.
Can you actually just stay in the air indefinitely with air dashing, or is it only during boss battles?
Practically. Alright, so long as you've got something in the air that you're aiming for, you're golden. You can keep it airborne.
That's cool. I still think just give me an entire game full of Kenpachi, or like, you know, Kenpachi's whole squad, because they were all badasses. just literally call it Badass the Game. You know, I would probably like this series. Oh, son of a bitch! Hey, you remember that scene in Final Fantasy 13? Yeah, sure, say what you will about the corridor of the game, but dude, the scene... Spoilers, by the way! the scene where Bahamut's out of nowhere or whatever.
Oh, that's
weapons,
13 too.
Was that 13 too?
Yep.
Just out of fucking nowhere, like, yeah, I beat the final boss. What the hell? Oh my god! Why?
If you're wondering why I haven't finished that game yet, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's why.
I'm just saying. Those little mini versions. Honestly, I don't find these guys that fearsome. I just don't find them that fearsome. In comparison. And say what you will about my background, about my history in video gaming, anime, and other TV shit. Yeah, come on. I mean, I'm not saying that Final Fantasy isn't that... Out of all the special attacks on are bullshit, to see it just do a normal fucking kick is kind of weird. I'm gonna use my super moonlit crescent slash against you! And in the middle of a combo kick. Why the fuck you kick me? You got the moonlit crescent slash!
One of the other things about this game is if you notice the flashing gauge over on the left-hand side.
Actually, yeah.
You build that up also by doing damage and taking damage. That's the ignition gauge.
Ooh,
When you hit L2 once it's full,
This is the holification.
you go into ignition mode, where your attacks do more damage, your special attacks are modified, and of course if you use circle, well...
Ah, so you're a visor.
Sorry, if you use L2 again, my mistake, you get... that.
Did I ever mention that I really hate the translation? Like in the manga, he keeps calling him king or some shit. I don't know, chief. Next I'll be the horse and you'll be the king. I mean, I'll be the king and you'll be the horse. It's like, oh wow.
Excuse me.
And you know already.
But basically, for the more badass attacks for the characters on the roster,
ignition mode.
Ignition mode is where it's at.
That's cool.
Now, I think this might actually continue further with the story if it...
Oh, there we go.
Never mind.
How's that?
So that means I can actually go back and actually go to mission mode. Now, mission mode, this is where, again, you complete various challenges, but you have free access to every single character on the roster. Except...
Huh?
no Chad.
What? Really? No right hand of God's fail? No masturbatory of the giant?
I'm a little irked at that because...
Why the racism? Why so racism?
Wow.
No, wait, seriously? The Mexican black isn't in there? They got Ocoria, or not Ocoria, what's his face? The Quincy Jones?
Actually, you want to see the full roster?
Yeah, hit us with the roster.
Bam!
Ichigo.
We've got, of course, Ichigo and, yes, even Holified Ichigo.
Okay.
Yeah, multiple Ichigos, yet not a single character slot for freaking Chad.
Wait, is that... Wait, well, okay, so there's Rukia, the delicious flat level of the group. And like I said, what the fuck is Uryu doing there? What is he doing here? Does he even have a viable power anymore?
The arrows.
I mean, does his bow just keep getting bigger? Is that what's up? And what the fuck is what's-his-face from One Piece doing down there? The skeleton dude. No, seriously, what the fuck is the...
He is what I call one of the most broken characters on this damn game.
Oh, wow, that's saying something. And Millie, though, to the right is... Oh... I wouldn't even play that game. I wouldn't want to play any game where you can play as Holly Bell. Oh my god, as Hari Berry? Holy shit! And Yoruichi, damn! Was that so fun?
Told you.
Yeah, I'd do it. I'd put my penises in it.
Yeah,
all
actually,
my penis tentacles.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick Baragon, just to show you how broken this dude actually is.
No more Grim Gravel.
I think I might even...
Jaeger Max.
Actually, no. I'm going to go... here.
Okay.
Beat 100 Soul Reapers, right?
Yeah. On very hard.
On very hard.
Which I have to guess that's going to be very excruciating.
This next procedure is going to be excruciating!
Yo-ho! Save me, Luffy! I've never liked that guy. I fucking hated that guy.
But since we got a little bit of time left before this first break, let's go ahead and just talk about, the visuals and the sound.
Wait, I just noticed the names. I'm sorry. Death by Age. I am the god of Hueco I might like this guy. Wait a minute.
Let us go.
Oh no, Baragon
Okay.
he's kind of groovy.
And he's
actually, I believe, one of the...
Spada?
I think so. Yeah, some of the mooks.
Sit on my throne because you perishable. I wonder how many of our fans will actually get that one.
Oh god, jump, jump, jump. Ah, crap.
Too bad. Jesus.
But yeah, that little flame crowd right there will continue targeting anything that is on screen.
Oh wow. Yeah, so far seems kind of overpowered just a little bit. Here, let me destroy this for you while you go destroy everyone else. I got your back, bro.
No, this is where I got your back, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can just keep this up pretty much for the entire stage.
God damn, yeah, I just noticed you're already like 412, 414.
Trigger ignition mode.
Oh, what? Ooh, this is gonna be good.
And yeah, I'm on very hard and very little to any damage sustained.
Jesus. Did you trigger ignition mode already? Or I want to see this motherfucker's ignition. I want to see this.
It's the remix to ignition. I'll be fresh out the kitchen. I'll be rolling that body, got every man in wishing.
Whoops. You know, I am very biased with, no. If it's badass, I like it. You know this. And I just have a feeling that, this is going to be badass.
Death breath.
Taste me! Well, no, just things
Oh
like...
god, oh, dang it, I didn't jump.
Aww.
Oh well.
Things like, names like Ignition Mode, yeah, if it was called Ignition Burst Falcon or something. Ignition Burst Strike! I would be like, ooh! Very, very easy in that sense. I'm a very pot, what was it? Pot and a wooden spoon kind of person about things
crap.
like that.
My health's getting pretty low. Oh well, let's
yeah.
fix that. There we go.
What?
Health not so low. Ow!
Oh, no, you getting juggled, Damn. So there's no, it's just life bar.
Just life bar,
ignition,
spirit gauge,
spirit
ignition.
gauge. That's cool. Oh, you were gonna mention audio visual while we're here.
The sound, the music in this game is standard hack and slash fare. Forgettable at some points, but not bad. It gets you in the mood for some hacking and slashing.
But I gotta admit,
so life is good.
The
Oh
voice acting's
crap!
very cool. Oh whoa! The voice acting's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and
the voice acting is great.
Yeah, and I do like the sound. And once again, hey, it may be my bias, but gotta hand it to the narrator. I really like that. That's a good little touch. You know what I mean? You got that motherfucking low. And when it comes to the visuals,
run around here and try to pick up some more health. But yeah, when it comes to the visuals, I like the cell shading look. It works for this game.
I can't complain. And once again, I mean, I am biased because Full Metal Alchemist 1, 2, and I really liked 1. 2 was pretty good, but 1 was better. And I really dug it. So I can't really complain about the style. It's good. Yeah. Oh wow! I think you killed over 100. Haven't no 79.
Oh
whoops!
Damn it!
But hey, you can hit him with the death breath.
Oh yeah!
Hit him with the death breath.
Damn it! Now comes the tough part.
Oh son of a bitch!
Yeah, and this is on very hard, mind you.
Good luck. Oh, never mind.
Gonna need it.
Man, so badass. He doesn't need to know the name of his fucking whatever. Zanpakutou. All it does is piss him off. It's either gonna do what I say or I'm gonna fuck it shit up again. I wear this eye patch not because it looks cool or I got a hot topic. It's eating my chakra. What was it? Key energy? Spirit energy, yeah. It's eating my spirit energy because my dick's too big.
But you see the kind of damage I have already done to Kenpachi.
Yeah, against Kenpachi of all people, man. The Sundowner of the Bleach world.
See, he's dead. He's dead now. He's freaking dead now.
Just, he's dead. He's freaking dead. His dog is kicked. His cousins are beaten. They're gonna be bullied at fucking high school. They're gonna have their shit posted all over Facebook.
And the photos are going to be quite unflattering. See? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Baragon broken.
God damn. For what it's worth, though, I noticed it wasn't timed. For some reason, I thought it was going to be a timed mission.
Yeah, no, it's not timed. This is just, you know, beat 100 as fast as you can, as brutally as you can. And
That's
well,
cool. That was pretty brutal. That was pretty fucking brutal.
So, yeah, the remainder of the review coming up after the break. Stick around, folks. We got more Bleach coming your way in a bit.